This is the face of American animation in the 2010s. With many prominent cartoons emerging during this era, Adventure Time is responsible for being the catalyst of this flourishing creative period. Cartoon Network 2010. The network's attempt to appeal to a new demographic with a CN reel block had done nothing but fracture its audience and cause its original creators to abandon the company.
It's the end of the world!
Cartoon Network's only notable programs were coming to an end, leaving the future of the network dependent on this newly greenlit show, Adventure Time. The show was bizarre and unusual, leaving the executives uneasy for the fate of the show.
I saw the pitch, loved it, and then said we weren't going to do the cartoon. Like every other idiot executive, I thought I knew what made a good cartoon. And this did not fit it on the surface.
With Cartoon Network devoid of its original creative staff, a new generation of artists was brought in, and not just show writers, independent comic creators, and with them came a fresh style for the industry. Through these artists, the curious world of Adventure Time was constructed, and from this world burst magic, and whimsy, and lingo, and rules. Adventure Time is filled with absurdity, but there are rules that keep the show grounded. Characters can't just summon items from behind their backs, and the universe they inhabit is lived in. There's a history to this environment, which makes the show feel like a small part of a macrocosm of untold stories. These characters merely inhabit a tiny blip in the context of their world. The structured but loose anatomy of the show fosters creativity and experimentation, going so far as to have entire episodes created by guest animators. With Adventure Time's influence on the industry, a plethora of television shows followed in its wake and continued the storytelling approach of an unfolding serialized plot that Adventure Time had established through its flowing structure. But while the offshoots focus on characters involved in a central narrative, Adventure Time has characters central to multiple narratives. Even with it being the inspiration for a flurry of entertainment, Adventure Time retains its own identity by continuing on its quest for experimentation. Many artists take cues from Adventure Time, but it remains steadfast in its distinctiveness. Through all that, it still remains just a show about the adventures of a dog and a human.